that they operated as a criminal street gang and commenced to do havoc in our community. That havoc includes crimes of violence, crimes of thefts, crimes involving drugs. I've made no secret about it, nor any apology, that as the district attorney of Fulton County, my number one focus is targeting gangs. It does not matter what your notoriety is, what your fame is. If you come to Fulton County, Georgia, and you commit crimes, and certainly if those crimes are in furtherance of a street gang, that you are going to become a target and a focus of this district attorney's office, and we are going to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law.
I'll tell you the response to any allegation is Mr. Williams committed no crime whatsoever, and we will fight to my last drop of blood.
What's up? What it do? I've been waiting for these developments on a Young Thug YSL state RICO trial, and I really predict a mistrial coming because I don't think Thug gonna take a deal. Now, and I followed it last week, and instead of me doing live, I've been waiting, so I just want to put my thoughts down. I noticed that when they didn't let anybody know what was going on Friday after the defense filed for a mistrial, they put the cameras out, and then they cut off into Monday, and then Monday they still didn't finish, but they say that some people did take deals. So I think that now, with we not getting nothing today, I think, man, it's looking good for Jeffrey Williams, Young Thug. But the judge presiding over the case, I think she gonna, man, today is Wednesday, you know, I think they're gonna deal with this matter before the end of the week. We might get some news today, but we not. But if you don't, you know, if you don't really remember, because this trial been going on for a long time. One of the reasons I've been watching it is for two reasons. I wanted to see how they was gonna operate with these state RICO laws, as far as how they do it with a big group. And I wanted to see how they were going to deal with it just being as the longest running case in Georgia state court history, according to all these different people. But if you don't know, Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams, and several co-defendants are charged with racketeering, conspiracy, and participation in criminal street gang activity, along with drug and gun violations. Now, remember this, way back when the case was first going on, I didn't cover a whole lot of it because I wanted to see, I knew it was going to be long, but people didn't understand why I had a problem with guys that was pleading guilty in the case. I don't have nothing wrong with them pleading guilty, but pleading guilty to a fact in a statement of facts in their plea that YSL was a gang while Young Thug. I had a problem with them pleading guilty to YSL being a gang while Young Thug was still fighting the case, saying that it's not a gang and it's this or that, is a rap label, is a business. Everybody that's testifying contrary to that is testifying against him. But it's guys on this case right here that are charged with murders, machine guns, a lot of things that could give dudes a whole lot of time. So it's not a joke and it's not a plaything. But just to remind y'all, the main issue that this mistrial issue that's coming up is a detective and Wani Lee, a.k.a. Slime Life Shorty, that said out their mouth multiple times that defendants are in jail, defendants are in jail, defendants are in jail. For those who don't know, the jury's not supposed to hear that. This has been a big issue in this case. As one defense attorney motioned, we can't unring the bell. So they done rung that bell several times. Who believes for a slight second that this jury don't know that the defendants are in prison, are in jail? Let's say detained. Let's not say prison, because there's a difference between jail and prison. But I find it comical that they can even act like the jury does not know that. Yeah, this trial began January 23. The trial began in January 2023. The jury selection, which took nearly 10 months to complete. Man, it's a waste of taxpayers' money, man. This one trial started in 23, and the jury selection took 10 months. This trial is over, bro. Like, they spending up all Georgia state money. That's crazy. I didn't realize the date. I just wanted to look up the date. This trial started in January 2023, according to this information right here that I'm reading. and the jury select. Do you know sometimes people pick a jury in a day or a few days? It took them 10 months to pick a jury, bro. Prosecutors and defense attorneys met with Fulton County Superior Court Judge Paige Reese Whitaker behind closed doors on Monday. I was waiting for it all day Monday. So media and public were not allowed in the courtroom, and later court was dismissed. I began to feel as though it was going to be a mistrial on that day after I read, like I said on Friday, that Young Thug wasn't interested in taking a plea deal. But remember, some of the guys that still was left behind, there was multiple defendants. 6 of them still stood trial. Some of them pleaded guilty to things, and this is my issue, and I ain't going to drag it out long for no long time here. Some of them pleaded guilty to things that required time served and then probation. My only issue, and Thug are the one got to talk to his men and his co-defendants. My main issue is that the prosecutor's office, the state's attorney, the DA, Fonnie Willis, and these other people, right? A part of the pleas are to admit gang activity and YSL being a gang. And to admit to the facts of the case. That's unfair, because that's saying that I can't just plead guilty to whatever I did. That I gotta plead guilty to say we all did it. And that I don't like that, because it's almost like that you still want to make the guys that stood firm, you still want to make them out to be rats or somebody who corroborated what the government said against the others. That is not correct. And in certain situations, depending on what the whole unit, those 6 defendants that stood firm together, it depends on what type of, conversation they come to. But I'm going, if Thug my man, I'm going with whatever he going with. If he going to trial, I'm going to trial. Unless I can take responsibility or accountability just for myself. That's the rules that I play by, right? But anyway, so if y'all don't know what's the holdup, the holdup is that the proceedings came as Whitaker considered the mistrial motion, and I think she's considering these mistrial motions very seriously. But remember, for everybody, like I'm impartial, for everybody who believed that Woody and some of these defendants have deliberately set out to sabotage the case, I'm not going to stomp on that conspiracy, because in all actuality, from what Woody did to other people, all the way down to this dude, Wani Lee Slime Life Shawty, who testified for the government. That means he's a government witness. I seen after he got off the stand, he made some rough, tough gangster posts talking about y'all calling me a rat and this and this and that. Bruh, you testified for the government against Thug and against the other guys. You are on that side. You are on the side of Fonnie Willis. You're not on the side of Jeffrey Williams, bruh. I hope you understand that, Slime Life Shawty. But nevertheless, Slime Life Shawty is almost the straw that broke the camel's back, because he didn't mention it one time. He mentioned it almost 3 times in one testimony that Quaid was locked up. So that's the reason this last mistrial effort by the defense is being taken serious. If you don't know, the motion was triggered by rapper Slime Life Shawty, whose real name is Wani Lee, reading a unredacted piece of evidence during his testimony. If you don't remember what it was, they showed him a picture, him and another dude. On the bottom of the picture was a caption. Some of it was his song. Some of it was a few words by whoever the caption was from or about. And at the end, there was hashtags. No slime left behind. Big business. Something else. And it read Free Quaid. On the monitor for the jury to see, Free Quaid was whited out. You couldn't see it. On a piece of paper that the government handed Shawty, it wasn't blocked out. So as she continued to prompt him to read, and this is why a prosecutor and a witness are supposed to have communication before he get on the stand. There's no way he's supposed to make that mistake, right? He said Free Quaid. Once he said Free Quaid, he tried to stop it, right? Jury had already heard it. But however, he went on to ask the prosecutor at least 2 or 3 times, hey, did I do something wrong? That's another thing I'm going to say before I get out of here. How do these dudes be super duper gangster thugs on the street, and then they get in the courtroom and it's, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, can you please repeat that? Bruh, watch out for it. I'm predicting a mistrial. And for you guys that like the conspiracy theory, you think that Woody and all these different people, they set it up, then, yeah, sure, I can dig it. But let's watch and let's just see what's up, man. You know, I'm gonna send my prayers out for Thug and the dudes that stood firm with him. Just take a lesson, man, and remember, man, watch who you got around. All these dudes is walking and talking like they thugging, bruh. They gonna be saying yes, sir, no, sir, yes, master, no, master when they get in that courtroom, man. Mark my words.
Well, all that's happening is behind closed doors, but I watched state prosecutors and the defense attorneys funnel in and out of the courtroom all day, trying to reach some kind of a deal. Now, we don't know what that deal is or how many of the 6 defendants currently on trial would be open to some kind of offer from the state. They face varying charges with varying degrees of severity. The rapper Young Thug was indicted on RICO and gang activity charges, as well as possession of a firearm during a felony, possession of drugs, and a possession of a machine gun. But 3 of his co-defendants face murder charges. Now, late this afternoon, we saw a lot of family members and friends of the defendants showing up in the courtroom hallway, hoping to see some kind of resolution. But so far, they were all told they're just going to have to keep waiting.
Yeah, a lot of folks waiting. But Grace, we know that a lot of people have been following this trial, and some of the defendants from that original indictment did take plea deals from the state. So what does that all look like?
Right, so 9 of the original 28 defendants pleaded guilty before this case went to trial. All but 1 were offered probation and credit for their time served. They also had to testify truthfully, if asked, about their involvement with YSL.